Hello everyone, I'm Jovan. I'm doing a different type of daily tarot reflection reading today because I wanted to dive a little bit deeper versus the usual mundane, more everyday readings, which nothing wrong with them, but I like to go a little bit deeper. That's my thing. And I just wanted to know, I wanted to see where we're at currently as a collective on our spiritual journey. Now, we all are on our own spiritual journey or our own specific particular life path as individuals, but I want to see what the underlying energy is that we're all moving towards or sharing in this experience in the background, right? And this daily series is to offer hopefully a moment of grounding, clarity, and spiritual insight, comfort, connection as we move through our days, because these readings are meant to help reconnect us to ourselves and understand the energies that we are navigating. So I've laid out the cards. So let's see what the energies of today want to reveal about our collective spiritual journey. Now remember, this is a collective general message. If you want something more specific, you can always book a reading with me. Use my link, use the discount code if you watch this video, and we will get more in depth, more insight. I'm just going to dive right in. I may or may not point out specific cards, but I'm definitely just going to tell you what I'm seeing overall. But I do want to say that the most important card here, if I were to point out a card, is this trust card. And this is initiation that we're all going through from the star system and stream of consciousness of Sirius B. Okay, so trust, right? So as we're going through a spiritual initiation right now, this is preceding a new chapter that we are being invited to step into. Some of us would call it 5D, but we can simply call it the next level of our spiritual consciousness. So before stepping into this chapter, we are being led through a healing process meant to support our evolution and our new beginning. So if you've been wondering maybe why old uncomfortable things have been coming up, maybe old wounds, or why we've been feeling discomfort in our bodies, our emotions, our space, this is why. There is a revolution within the soul happening. And so this healing process has a lot to do with clearing old memories that have shaped our idea of the world, or have shaped the idea of the world being scary and unsafe. Fears may be coming up for us, and so this is deep work happening on the spiritual and unconscious plane, a very subconscious level that is hiding in the body and wants to be worked out, teased out. So what Spirit wants for us is to have trust in ourselves, in our capabilities, in our innate connection in the universe, to the universe, in the role that we play in this world. We are all an important part of the network of people around us, and ultimately the cosmic web of life, right? Co-creating with us and all the other souls. We are being encouraged to trust that our vision for our lives and for the future of the world is part of the vibration that can help shape the outcome of things. And the thing is that we're already always doing this, but Spirit wants us to do it from a higher frequency of trust rather than from a place of fear. So in order to do this, we need to stay open enough for the healing process to occur, and yet also willing to be able to put in the effort to unravel and untangle, disentangle, and neutralize the fear pockets stuck in our bodies. They have been hiding and fermenting and leaving a proverbial bad taste in our psyche for too long, creating sadness in the heart, maybe anxiety, maybe depression, just stress, however it resonates, right? And for some of us, this has been going on undetected, or the root of the cause has not been able to been identified. And So what I'm seeing here with this card, this fear card too, it's like for many of us, this fear is living in the gut, the heart, the brain. And these are the conscious points of light within us, right? These are all the brains we have. They say the gut is the second brain. The brain is the brain, right? But the heart is also a brain. That is the portal to all things, and all consciousness, and especially 5D consciousness. So Spirit is saying that there is a process that needs to happen, a very visceral process for all of us to move this energy, move the stuck energy, move these stagnant waters within. And so it'll be different for everyone, but a lot of things that came through as suggestions, what I'm seeing too in the card is like to help this energy move along and exit the body, exit the psyche, exit our field of consciousness, is simple things like detoxing the gut, like doing a dietary detox, or just changing the way you eat so it's healthier, exercise, meditation, EFT tapping, shadow work, and most importantly, inner child work. Because remember how they say, like, the gut is the second brain. The gut is the second brain. We hold a lot here, especially trauma and old unprocessed things. And of course, the brain is the brain. And the heart is a brain as well. And the heart is the deepest level of consciousness and a portal to all realms of consciousness. So with the exercise, this is helping the heart space get stronger and rebalancing the electromagnetic aura around us so that we are co-creating and manifesting with the universe in alignment. The gut needs to be cleared so we can process old dead things and bring in new energy, new happiness, creativity, and of course reimagining and reprogramming our mind with healthier thoughts and stronger mindset. So these are just examples on how we can continue on our healing journey. These practices do help release old traumas and the stories that we've built around them, so we can cleanse the mind and raise our vibration to a higher timeline, which is what Spirit wants for us. One where we accept the unknown and trust that we are developing as we should, moving toward a brighter future. But this is an internal job, first and foremost. It can't happen without the inner work. So we are in this initiation process, whether we like it or not. So it can be easy, or it can be hard, or it can be somewhere in between. And your level of participation is what can dictate that. Spirit wants us to return back to our pure potential before the world told us who to be, how to behave, how things need to be done, and before painful experiences melded with these concepts and social norms that leave us living out of alignment with our soul's true wisdom and joy. So Spirit is saying we can return to the pure potential that comes from innocence, the child magical. Love this card. We can come back there, back to when we were kids and where anything was possible, belief in anything being possible. But this isn't, trust that this isn't a place of naivete, if that's how you pronounce it. Like, let that go, let that cynicism go. You can never be back to the naive ways of a child. So people telling you don't believe in magical thinking, oh, you're silly, oh, you're gullible. No. You've lived enough life and experienced enough and have enough wisdom to know the difference between not knowing something and then knowing that there's something beyond that which has been taught to us or fed to us. Okay, we're all grown, and all of these experiences and all this knowledge has been and will continue to be alchemized into pearls of wisdom. There's pearls in these two cards. The raven's head, this is like the messages from the divine telling you, you have the inner authority, the inner wisdom to come back to center, to come back to pure potential with the wisdom. So it's like starting a new cycle, but within a freer spirit. You have pearls of wisdom to help you along your path. You've earned these. And the highest wisdom that Spirit is asking us for us to believe in is that everything will be okay, and that we are powerful co-creators in our lives. As this inner work reshapes our perception of the world and our role in it, the outside world will continue to mirror back duality. That's not going to change. We're always going to be challenged in ways that we may feel is in opposition to our heart's desire, right? Our soul's yearnings and pathways, right? That's the part of this world. But we can see it as the resistance needed to push and break through to the other side. See the seed? Much like a sprout pushing through soil, or our biceps lifting, weights. There is strength and quantifiable progress in working with resistance. And so there's a time to be in the flow, and there's a time to know how to work with resistance. And that's where wisdom comes in, knowing when to apply what, right? And that's when you tune in. So this resistance that I'm talking about, it's going to show up in our world in specific ways so that we can remember to trust, right? We're building our trust muscle. So we all have our own different life circumstances. So no one can really tell you how this is going to show up for you. You have to pay close attention, because the outside world is mirroring back to us this resistance that we feel within ourselves, and we need to identify that inner resistance. So, but with all that being said, this is just something to keep in mind, because this is not, at this present moment, a time to push through. This is a time for our inner waters to flow enough to wash away stagnancy, so the fire of passion and inspiration within us can burn brighter. Spirit is saying that many of us have very interesting and unusual ideas about what we want to create for ourselves and or for the world, or even how we want to live our lives. And these ideas may seem different from what we in the world may be used to, outside the box perhaps. So because of that, there may be a fear around outside criticism or pushback, or even just around the practicality of these ideas in relationship to maybe how we've built our lives so far, what people have told us is possible or not. But this is where Spirit encourages us to follow our hearts and ideas and believe that these are worthwhile ideas and they're possible. There are many ideas we have been perhaps playing around with, and many are worthy of exploration, okay? But for many of us, there may be one big, bold dream or desire. So the work that Spirit wants us to do now is to lean in to these ideas or to this big desire or dream in a way that feels easy and imaginative, and less like work and problem solving, but more like creating the story in your mind of what you want to unfold in a magical way, and to trust that the logical part will step in when the time is right and the opportunities align. Okay. So Spirit's saying the sign to know that you're on the right track is funny. It's a paradox, because Spirit is saying, because this world, we live in an upside down world and there is resistance. The signs of knowing you're on the right track, when you're truly tuned into your heart's desire, what lights you up, what brings you joy when you think of something, is when you get pushback from either other people's expectations, the world's expectations, or your memory of the world's expectations, your idea of the world's expectations opposing this desire or dream. And that's when you know you have to lean in harder to your magical, whimsical, imaginative side and know that you're co-creating this reality. Another way to tell when you are on the right track and you should continue to lean towards your desire is distractions. What distractions are coming in to stop you in the middle of perhaps a brilliant inspiration, little thought, or an action that you're taking towards your desire? What are the distractions coming in from the outside? Are they trying to block your progress? Are you allowing the distractions to block you from stopping you? So when this comes in, this is a sign to lean in. So these distractions will be prevalent. These I can'ts will be prevalent. But this is actually the sign for us to double down. But again, first, this is about reconstructing our inner reality and reimagining what we want our life to look like so that these ideas and opportunities can grow around us and make a way for us to live them. We have to say yes, though. So this goes back to the healing work as mentioned before, taking time to let things come up and then with us being silent, willing witnesses, feeling what we need to feel through the body and applying whatever techniques and practices can help us clear this energy. And remembering that this is happening for us, not against us. Okay? Trust. All right, I hope this was a helpful reading. I really enjoyed this message coming through. Yeah, let me know. Leave a message, leave a comment, share, subscribe, like, do all the things to help this channel grow and incentivize me to continue on. If you like the deeper readings, I will continue to do the deeper readings. I like the deeper readings. All right. Anyways, have a beautiful day. And if you want a private reading, check out my description box. There's a discount there below. Blessings.